How are you doing?
No, I'm good, Loz. I'm good. You turning up
You
10
cross-
minutes
you're
late.
cross at me.
Yeah, I am cross at you.
Yeah.
That is annoying. And you don't
No,
apologise.
totally.
You
Totally.
don't apologise.
Totally annoying.
You blamed Katie.
It's very annoying. I'm really sorry to be late, but I
It's
lost
okay.
my dongle. I found it now.
Have we got branding now? Is this branding?
This is branding. Yeah.
Wow.
Branded. Using the pink, which
That's cool.
I didn't
You don't
want.
like pink, but I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm branded.
You can see the ties between
Yeah.
the brand.
I'm thinking about these things.
the big small feelings branding and Kesha's branding, which is great. Because this is the first time that we are not recording together, even though it sounds like maybe
God,
on
actually,
previous
that's true. I didn't
episodes.
even think
yeah,
of
this
that.
is huge. This is huge. I set up my microphone by myself. I've managed lighting by myself.
Yeah. Well done. Maybe that's why there's so much loathing towards me, because we're not in the same place.
No, I think it's
so I can't
easier
win you
to,
over with my charm.
No, I think it's easier to manage you when we're physically together, to just spur you into action, hurry you along. How are you?
I'm very. So you said you weren't going to hold on to the resentment.
I'm not. It's gone. It's gone.
Look, let's just. I was 10 minutes late, and Jess will never forgive me. You can see. I can see. We are recording video, so I can see you.
I'm not. I told you, it's gone. Honestly, it's
Water under
it's
the
past.
bridge.
Water under the bridge. The dust has settled. I'm feeling good. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this on-screen chemistry.
You were saying that you had some pod thoughts. I interrupted you to make sure that you said hello to me, and now here we are. Do you want to go through those opening thoughts with me?
Yeah, so some opening thoughts, because I was reflecting on last pod's recording.
Uh-huh.
And you spoke a lot, so there are a couple of things, and I'll keep this non-tangential. But you were talking about your this like creativity that you have. And that from the age, you kept telling us, from the age of 23, you always knew that you wanted to be in something creative.
Than that, actually. It's younger than that, Jess.
Okay, sorry.
I was
anyway,
23 at the time of writing it, but it was much younger than that. I would say the age of 4.
Okay, fine. But what I was thinking is,
Yeah.
you had such a strong sense of self and identity, and I think that's really interesting, because I don't think I have had that strong like connection to any kind of like identity in like a work sense. I just think it came across really strongly, and I think it was very interesting, because I was like, I don't have that. I still don't have that. We're obviously doing the pod as a way of being a little bit, for me to be a little bit creative and to explore some different avenues. But I just thought it was really interesting that you've so known that about yourself since a really, really young age. And I was like, fuck, I don't have that same kind of thing for me. But maybe that's okay.
That is interesting. No, but I kind of feel like people, because it's about value. Well, it's existential, but it's also about value. And I think it depends. Like, a lot of people don't necessarily put their value on their career. They'd put it on, like, loads of our friends, for example, always knew they wanted to be a mum. I've never had that. I don't understand that. But I've always known that I wanted to be a writer. So I think it's different people place their like value or their purpose on something different. And I think the most interesting people are the ones that like continually change that. Exactly. And also like having a set idea of what you want to be is also limiting. And you are putting yourself in a box and not like being open to the other things that come to you. And I think so much of success comes with being able to like go and follow the river as it twists and turns. And if you're putting yourself in a box being like, no, I only want to be this one thing, then you're trusting a decision that you made when you were much younger and much less aware of the world. And also you're closing yourself off to all these opportunities that are going to come your way, which I had to do. I had to be like, okay, from the age of 16, I was certain that I was going to be a writer, director. So much so that that's all I pursued. Then it looked like it wasn't really going to happen. So I moved to Vancouver and opened myself up to more. And that's when all these different opportunities arrived. And I wouldn't be writing if I had kept myself in that film box. And actually, I much prefer this. So anyway, thank you for allowing me to take that tangent from your opening thoughts.
Thank you for thank you.
How does that make you feel?
Thank you for giving me space.
What do you feel like? Do you feel that you've ever come close to having that like concrete idea of a goal of something? I think for you, maybe it's travel. You always. I was going to say,
I think it was Colombia.
Yeah,
it was Colombia, I think, and we get to that in a few episodes' time. But I would say that was probably the closest to like really feeling like there was something that was really part of my identity. And that a lot of that was, was being in Colombia, was being abroad, was like challenging yourself in different ways by not being in the same place. But definitely not a strong sense of sort of work identity. Because as we know, I'm still figuring that out.
Yeah.
And as you said, some of the most interesting people still are. So thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely, Jess. And I agree with that. I think it's really boring to have work be your identity. Great opening thought, Jess. I really appreciate that you brought that to the table. That's very interesting.
You.
And actually,
thank you so much.
Perhaps we could pose this to our listeners. What is a part of your identity that you've always been attached to? And what is a part of an identity that has come to you that is surprising?
I actually was speaking to my dad, and I said, Dad, podcast is live, give it a listen. And I saw him and I said, Dad, yeah. And I said, Dad, what did you think? And he said, we haven't got to that. We haven't got to any of those bits. But he said, I'm not really sure I needed to know about your thrush. And I thought, oh, I forgot.
So unfortunately, if Ol is going to become a listener, he's going to have to get used to that, because I'm imagining that, you might get thrush again.
I don't think I'd talk about thrush again, but I might.
I certainly do.
Okay. Okay, should we get to it?
Let's get to it. Give us a little... so we're halfway through an entry, if I remember correctly.
Yes, yeah. We are halfway through about 5 pages of just birthday celebrations. I think last time I'd spoken to Rob at the end of some kind of a birthday celebration, so I will pick up where I left off.
Remind the listeners who Rob is again.
Rob was actually a man that this will reveal his identity. We had a brief dalliance, and then he really just sort of disappeared. Not as in,
but I think
important
I still
context,
knew
his whereabouts.
Important context here is, sorry, Jess. The important context is that you were friends.
Oh yeah.
Before this dalliance, he wasn't just a rando who decided to ghost
not
you.
Not a rando. But didn't really kind of get any answer as to why this just suddenly fizzled. It didn't even fizzle. It just stopped. Just stopped.
Well, perhaps, Rob, if you're listening, do write in and let us know why. Halfway through the birthday entry, let's get into it.
Yeah. Okay. So, Sunday had a dog walk, and then I talk about some family members who are over at the same time. We can skip that. The boys, as in my brothers, the boys are in really good form. Love it when they're around.
You also call the dogs the boys.
Yeah, but we've did the boys' dogs. They are now they are no longer with us. I will clarify if I'm talking about the boys,
the dogs or the brothers. Yeah.
Doug and Norman, the dogs, or the boys, my brothers. In this section, it is my brothers.
Okay, thank you, Jess.
Yeah, thank you. The boys are in really good form. Love it when they're around. Great to see Saz as well. She's so easy to get along with. This is also funny because she definitely had been in my life for a really long time at this stage. But anyway, let me carry on. Spoke to her a lot about my Matt Johnny dilemma. So nice to be able to talk to her. That's important. That's always important. Just let your feelings out. Always important.
Do you remember what advice she gave you?
Nope.
'Cause she's a wise woman.
She is wise. So nice to be able to talk to her. Still don't know what I'm fully thinking about it all. Well, I sort of do, but don't know how to deal with it all, really. Tricky, because for all I know, Matt could be feeling the same way that I am. I don't want to string him along or hurt him, but equally, I really do like spending time with him. But Johnny is in the back of my mind, and I just don't know if I can give myself 100% to Matt, but also, I might be doing a classic Jay Weiss and pushing someone away before I can get too close to them.
Ooh, how self-aware.
Yeah, but that bit kind of makes me feel sad. I'll come back to that. I just feel in my heart of hearts, Matt isn't the right guy for me, but I really do care about him and I'm enjoying our time together! ! Just wait and see? Or is that too mean?
What's really interesting is we have the same themes coming up in my journal today. Yeah.
Love that.
But I think, okay, so here's the thing, right?
Yep.
Everyone's like, oh, if you know that you're not going to be with someone forever, you shouldn't string them along. But at the same time, you're 23 and you enjoy spending time with this guy.
Yeah.
Is that really stringing them along?
I don't know. So I was prepping for this and I was trying to reflect on some of these feelings. And what I was thinking about is, first of all, I think we can call a spade a spade. I don't really think Matt was that into me. And that's okay. That's okay.
What makes you say that? What makes you say that?
I don't know. I think that was something I said last week about him being super chilled about it all. And that to me doesn't scream any kind of commitment. But I do really remember feeling so this was my 4th year. I'd come back from a year abroad. A lot of people had already left uni. Loads of our friends as well were in long-term relationships. So around me, I was like surrounded by people who had or already had like a successful relationship. And I kind of remember thinking like, shit, maybe I should really try and give it a go and really try and have a relationship with someone and really like, I don't know, have something long term that maybe it won't like be the person that you marry, but you have something there. And yeah, so that's kind of, I think what I was trying to do is like really, really force myself to have a relationship because I was like, I can't be the only one who's like single. But why the hell at age 23 should you put that kind of pressure on yourself to like find the person that you're going to be with long term?
I mean, they also say, no shade to our friends who have found wonderful matches under the age of 25.
Yes.
Because they are wonderful and we love them very much. But it's very unlikely that you find a partner before the age of... Your frontal lobe is not fully developed before the age of 25. So it is quite unusual that you should find a long-term... And lots of people do. So this is... Take it with a grain of salt. I think if I have kids, I don't think I will encourage them to get into any super serious, like, forever commitment until they're over 25. Because I'm like, sow those wild oats. You're going to be with someone for like 30, 40 years. Probably more, 50 years. How long do people live? More than that.
They will, yeah.
So just have some fun in your early 20s, date lots of people. I think having relationships with people for like a year and a half is good because it's all good practice. Like they say you're meant to fall in love like 3 times in your life or whatever.
Do they say that? Who says that? Who's that?
When I say they, a man
did you read it on Instagram?
I read it on Instagram, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the first one's the messy one, the second one's the one that you like learn a ton from and you like really really breaks you.
Yeah.
And the third
My
one
sec-
is
yeah.
the one that comes across really unexpectedly and basically is the opposite person that you ever thought you'd end up with. And that's the person that you end up with.
Do you think that's true for you?
Kind of. And then I went back to my first one.
Yeah. We've all done that. Yeah, we've all
But
done
yeah,
that.
I think I've only been like properly in love 3 times. And I don't think my first 2 relationships that actually now I am in.
Yeah, when you look back.
When I look back, I don't actually think it was proper love. But yeah, I think it's a shame that you feel like you're pushing yourself into something serious when clearly both you and Matt actually aren't interested in anything serious. It's like you're trying to play the part of being like, should we give this a go? They're both, but we're both good people, so like this should work.
Absolutely, yeah.
Good
and
stock.
Yeah. And Matt was really lovely. He really was.
I'm sure,
but we were just not.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There wasn't long
There's
term.
nothing wrong with that. I think it's really brave that you can recognize that. I also think it's self-aware that you know your patterns, that you're pushing him away.
Yeah, but that as well, I'm like, that's kind of like a little bit. That I read that and I'm like, I feel that's. I think giving myself an unnecessarily hard time. Like it's not like this is, I don't know, like a 10-year relationship and I'm suddenly like not communicating anymore and, you know, then I'm pushing them away. This was literally a
situationship.
5-month situationship.
Cuddles and hanging out time.
Yes, hanging out time. Yes.
So you're thinking in this entry, basically you're like, Matt isn't the one, but he's giving me a bit more attention. But actually, deep down, I want to be with Johnny.
Because it was unrequited love.
Classic.
Oh, like an emotionally unavailable person. So I was like, "Ooh, let me go after that one. That's fun."
Mm-hmm.
But I actually remember calling up my mum, and I was devastated. And I wasn't devastated I wasn't devastated about calling things off with Matt. I think I was more like, why am I not finding the right person? Yeah. And like, I can't hold a relationship down. Like there's always something wrong with the person or there's something wrong with me and just something doesn't quite gel. Then I push them away. And then I was like, what if I have this pattern forever and I'm never going to find someone who like I really love or they really love me?
That's really sad. And I think there's such an idealistic view of love still, which is that like you meet the right person young and you know when you know, and like it's all easy and there shouldn't be any hiccups, and if there are hiccups you're with the wrong person. And I think we tend to like really simplify this, which is, it's actually one of the most important decisions you make in your life is who you end up with. So you should be thinking quite seriously about it. And we simplify it down to this like teeny, huge, momentous feeling that you're meant to just get. And I think that you do get a version of that, but there's so much more that comes to it. And the fact that at 23, you're like, why haven't I found this thing?
Yeah.
It must be a me problem.
Yeah.
That's really sad. And that I think that's a failure of people being actually honest about what it takes to meet and sustain a long-term relationship.
Yeah.
So I don't think people are honest about it.
The funny thing though about Matt is I do remember after we called things off, I cried and I thought, I really didn't need to cry. Like I'm absolutely fine. And then I went into a 4th year lecture and he had just got a haircut. And the haircut was so bad that I remember thinking, wow, any bad feelings, any sad feelings that I had have
vanished.
Yeah, because I thought that haircut is so bad.
Poor Matt.
But anyway, lovely man.
I love that. Thank you for sharing all of that, Jess. Do you remember what your mum's advice was?
Mum's advice is always really good. No, I can't remember what it was in that moment. But you said earlier about, you know, thinking that when you find the right person, you're meant to just kind of like know when people aren't honest about what it takes and all of that. My mum did. She spent years saying to me, when you know, you know.
Yeah.
And I just thought, what a load of bollocks. And then actually I was like, that kind of is true. And you
It
can't
is
really
true.
explain it until, and then I was like, oh my God, Mum was right this whole time. When you know, you know. And it kind of made sense when Sam and I got married.
It is.
and got
It is
together.
true. You get this. There is like a sense of calm. No, I think it's a good sentiment. I think it is slightly simplistic. I agree with it to a certain extent.
Okay.
But having experienced like ruminating and OCD to the point where it like can cause like severe panic, it's not a helpful sentiment for people who genuinely have anxiety or OCD, because you can get caught thinking, oh, if I have a single doubt about this person, I'm in a really healthy relationship. But if I have one single doubt about this person, then that must mean I don't know. And if I don't know, that must mean this is a no. I'm not dismissing your mother.
My mother.
I'm just providing a caveat, because for me personally, it caused me a few years of like really quite hideous anxiety.
Just from when you know, you know.
The sentiment around like really simplifying what love is was very hard for me, because I overthink everything in my life. So my relationship was always going to be something that I also applied quite a critical lens to. And the modern view of love doesn't leave space for that. And then you think, okay, well, that must mean this is the wrong relationship. And then that's awful. That's an awful feeling, to think that this amazing, safe, happy relationship that you're in isn't the right one, just because you have these like very natural and insignificant doubts that come up. We'll get into it, because I do get into that in a few years. We're going to get into some really good stuff.
Okay.
Are you ready to descend into darkness?
Go on.
Although actually I have reviewed this, and as my entries go, it's quite short.
Okay.
And as my entries go, it's not that depressing.
Okay. Didn't you say there are some times where it does kind of pick up a little bit?
Yeah, I would say this is one of them.
Oh God. Oh my God, I can't wait.
Yeah, I'd say this is as uplifting as it could get. Okay, so the last entry we had was fairly intense. It was about my relationship at the time and how it was New Year's Eve post, and I was thinking that I'd wasted the year because the only thing I'd done was fall in love, and I hadn't focused on any of my goals, which were, as you did already establish, career related.
Yeah. Yes, but you did give yourself a little bit of a talking to, where you just told yourself to buck up as well.
Buck up, Lozzie, and stop complaining is what I say.
Yeah.
Okay. 26th of January, 2016. Well, ... It's January. And as Januaries go, it has been pretty okay. Quiet, fucking freezing, but okay. Probably because I know I'll be out of here soon. I feel ... maybe ... positive. New year, new me, eh? Work is still rubbish, but I feel relief knowing I will get a break soon. And it actually was great getting a chance to talk to Jay about the trip, cough, cough, volunteering.
Sorry, you write cough, cough, volunteering in there?
Yeah, I write cough, cough, volunteering. It would have been easy for him to say no, but he didn't, which must mean he likes me. ... There's a lot of ... in this. There's obviously a new style.
I think...
I'm obviously trying something new.
Interestingly, stylistically, I'm just having to flick through mine that I go through that phase as well. So
yeah, so I wonder if maybe there's something.
Must have been something in the
zeitgeist. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, back to the trip. I know I said I was headed on a solo trip, but the plans have changed for the better, I think. Jess and Mads, Jess is my sister and Mads is my best friend. Jess and Mads are going to join. Jess actually danger quit, which is a bit more dramatic and brave than me, but whatever. I feel really excited and happy about them coming, but I also feel a bit disappointed maybe. I was looking forward to the romantic solo trip and all the and all the soul searching, etc. I couldn't wait to find myself at some vegan cafe alone in Bali, but alas, I also
Sorry.
think it would have been extremely hard, so perhaps this is for the best.
I like really a lot of that
Any
content
issues?
genuinely resonated. That, you know, wanting to sort of find yourself a little bit, I guess, like challenge yourself by being alone. Finding yourself in a vegan cafe is
It happens, Jess. And I did. What's crazy is I did. And we'll get to it. We'll get to it. But I absolutely did.
But why specific? Okay. Well, you must have been vegan at the time, were you?
I became vegan on the trip because
Okay.
I saw some things that I wasn't particularly comfortable with, and I thought, if I feel sad seeing this, then I should stop eating meat entirely, and I did for the 5 years, and then I became malnourished. And now I had to start eating it again. Yeah, I'm a carnivore fully. Okay, so I can't wait to find myself at a vegan cafe alone in Bali. Very specific. What is quite remarkable is that does end up happening in a few.
You manifested it. You manifested it.
Mm-hmm. Tina and I have started planning our leg of the trip. She's going to fly out for 2 weeks at the beginning. Another ... Oh, God. To be totally honest...
Oh, no.
It's the part... To be totally honest, it's the part of the trip I feel most nervous about. Mostly because I don't know how it will be. I have it in my head that she's not an adventurer. In Bali, we had a third pal. That took the pressure off us. But this time will be just us... I'm worried we won't actually have a nice time. This the relationship stuff that I was just talking about. I mean, this was correct. This wasn't the right relationship. But it's all this sort of like worrying before. You're borrowing fear from the future.
God, it's such a waste of time, isn't it?
Yeah, we did end up having quite a nice time. But it is a waste of time. It is such a waste of time. But then I also feel like a lot of this is probably quite wise and astute that I'm recognizing this and feeling it and knowing in my heart that it's not the right relationship for me.
Interesting that we were... You say that you get on to hopefully having quite a nice time, and me and Matt...
Yeah.
I also said that I was, I'm enjoying spending time together. So as we said, not every relationship has to lead towards that person that you spend the rest of your life with. But you
can absolutely have fun with someone and them not be forever. I think actually some of the most liberating dalliances I've had is when it's sort of agreed, spoken right at the beginning that obviously it's not going to go anywhere, but you have fun while it lasts. And I think those have been some of the like more rewarding experiences that I've had, rather than like me knowing deep in my heart that I'm not going to be with this person forever and them not necessarily feeling the same thing. That's awful because you just feel guilt the entire time. Whereas if you put it on the table right from the beginning, where it's like, this isn't going anywhere, by the way, we both agree. But
I'm sorry, I also feel that there were so many situations where I was younger where both parties would be like, oh, like, we don't want this to be anything serious. And I was like, can we just be upfront about the fact that we like each other? Because I found that narrative quite stupid sometimes. Silly, stupid sounds mean.
I guess it is also silly. Yeah, no, that is right. There's lots of silly things on both sides of the coin. I also have this unshakable feeling that we might be currently planning our final hurrah. I think deep down, I know that if this relationship is meant to end, then it will end on this trip. Maybe because it's just easier that way. Trying not to think about it in the meantime. Wait, no, that's not. Trying not to think about it, full stop. In the meantime, I'm going to push it away and plan a great trip and enjoy the time with her. Maybe it will be the perfect way to bid farewell.
God, it kind of sounds like you're getting ready for some kind of a I don't know, ceremonial, funeral, honestly.
I know. Yeah, it does. It does.
Like you're really preparing to say goodbye, but
sad. It is sad. I think that's when most people know that they're going to break up with someone for 6 months before they actually do it.
Yeah, that is true.
I don't think it was that long for us because we were only together a year and a half, but I definitely knew for a long time that it wasn't a great relationship for me. And I
Yeah,
also don't think at that time I ever thought it would be long term. I never thought it would be.
in your heart of hearts.
Only Katie is the only person I've ever thought was long term. Everyone else, even if I was with them for like 2+ years, I knew that it wasn't. It was probably all of my relationship up to Katie have been a little bit conveniency. I would like to say that I feel like I should take some credit here for love bombing relationships that I knew weren't going anywhere, but definitely giving the impression to the other person that it was forever.
Sorry,
and that's not very fair.
Take some credit.
Accountability?
Yeah,
Did I say credit? Take
Definitely.
credit for the fact that I led these people on for 2 years.
That's exactly what it sounded like, and I thought, God, she hasn't realised what she just said. She's still
No,
going.
I'd like to
take accountability,
take the onus.
Mm-hmm.
That I definitely did that.
Okay.
With 2 people that we will come across in these pages, and that's not very fair. Anyway, something to think about. Realistically, I will now try my hardest not to think about this. Bed now. Good night.
Did you wish us good night last time? Have you wished us good night before?
No, my sign off was much love, bored now. Have you ever done an inner child meditation?
No, but you did talk to us last week about your higher self. What was it?
It was a higher self hypnosis. Very different.
Higher
very
self.
Powerful, very powerful. And hilariously, I actually have a recording of it.
Oh my God. Video recording or just
an audio recording?
Sorry, is that the same as your normal therapist?
Yes.
Wow, that's quite like woo-woo in a...
Yeah, no. So she's like very serious, specializes in OCD, like really serious therapist. And as we were doing our sessions, she was like sprinkling in that she does past life regression, hypnosis, and higher self hypnosis. And
I would like to do past life stuff.
I think we should maybe do it and record it as some blooper content.
Not. For content, absolutely not. I wouldn't even know where to find a past life.
You can do it. So she does it. So we could do one with her.
No, but
you can actually find them on YouTube.
I'm not going to do it on Zoom.
Yeah, you can do it on Zoom because it's hypnosis. You basically, apparently, you close your eyes and then you walk through a bunch of different doors. And I think apparently it's can be amazing, but also very sad. Like you can see lots of hard stuff. But that wasn't what I was talking about. I was talking about doing inner child meditation, like inner child work.
Okay, I would be open.
I'd recommend you doing. It's really lovely. I did it, and I walked into my childhood bedroom and saw my like 5 or 6 year old self writing all these stories down. And I remember sitting next to her. I'm gonna get chills. I remember sitting next to her and saying, like, "We did it. I get to do that. I get to do this." And like, it is getting to feel like you are connecting with the like wants and dreams and needs of you as a child is very powerful sometimes to think about that. It like always makes me cry when I do inner child stuff.
That's really interesting because I'm not sure I've ever seen you cry. Like, you're not a crier to me. I'm a crier.
I'm a crier. I cried at my wedding all day.
Yeah, but that's quite a normal time to cry, I think.
I cried at your wedding.
Did you?
All day.
Did you?
I'm a crier, Jess. People don't necessarily think it.
Yeah.
But I do now blub, and I blame Katie. She like cracked.
Oh, she's very emotional, and we love that. Mm-hmm.
And she gave me permission. And now I would say,
is it a bit too much? That entry's kind of stayed with me, Loz.
This one.
Yeah, I think it's your. It might also be your dramatic reading. I really do love how you perform that for us.
Thank you.
Thank you. But yeah, it just feels very finite. I guess no, it doesn't yet feel finite, but it feels like it's going to be finite.
I know
and
it is.
You know where this is heading.
The word that comes up again for me, Jess.
Yep.
Cowardly.
Come on.
Cowardly.
Has that come up for you before? Have we called you a coward before?
You called me a coward last episode.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. Or episode before, maybe.
Episode before. In what
context? Because I took a sabbatical and I didn't danger quit.
Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did.
It is cowardly.
Yes, maybe we can call it slightly cowardly. But is there anyone out there who thinks this isn't the relationship for me? Okay, I'm going to break up with them right now. There actually might be people who do that. I had a really bad habit when I was younger of breaking up with people and then like going back to them just to double check that I was definitely sure.
Again,
really
I think
bad.
Normal. I also do that.
Really?
With this person, yeah. So I think listeners, if you feel regretful about how you behaved in relationships when you were in your early 20s, or if you are currently in your early 20s navigating a messy-ish relationship, just know that it's completely normal, because this is the time where you're meant to learn how they all work. And there will be some, it's not going to be all smooth sailing. There's going to be some waves, some tides along the way. Give yourself grace to navigate it.
That was
know
very
that
profound.
You will come out of the storm on the other side.
That was profound.
Thanks, Jess.
I was really bought into that.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's okay.
You're trying to make up for the fact that at the beginning of the episode you didn't like me very much.
No, I'm not. I just think I do think sometimes you have wisdom. You speak with a lot of conviction as well.
I don't think anything I'm saying is particularly new or novel.
No, it's not. I don't think it's necessarily a totally original thought. But I think it's really. No, I think that's a helpful. That's something helpful to share.
But as I've learned, navigating the difference between a gut feeling and an anxious feeling, a feeling that is right for you feels very different in your body than a feeling that is an anxious thought. And that's one of the most important things that I have discovered on my mental health journey, because if you're someone like me, you can be bombarded with all these intrusive thoughts the whole time. And because they come out of nowhere, they can almost feel like a gut feeling, but they feel so horrible in your body. They like churn your stomach or like stab you like right here. That's not what a gut feeling should feel like. Gut feelings should feel like this calm knowing that can be accompanied by sadness. If it's the decision of a sad decision, you can get a gut feeling and then it can be accompanied by sadness, but it will never be accompanied with like pure fear and panic. Don't listen to a feeling if it feels like that in your body.
We've had 2 unbelievably profound nuggets from you.
Do you know what I mean?
I was thinking when you were speaking that I thought, yeah, it was the gut feel bit that should be, because I think I've confused a gut feeling with anxiety.
With an anxious thought, yeah.
Because I was really a little bit anxious about getting together with Sam at the beginning, and I thought, oh my God, that's a gut feeling telling me don't do it. And now I have a gut feeling about him, which is like, it's calm. Maybe not a gut feeling about him now. That sounds unkind, considering I've been with him for quite a long time.
You're still like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah.
No, 100%, Jess, 100%.
But I'm not sure if we've said this before, but obviously for anyone going through big mental health crises, please do speak to a professional. Please don't take what we're talking about on the pod as gospel, because as I said, Laura speaks with a lot of conviction. So
I'm wrong. I'm mostly wrong. Yeah, please do seek professional guidance. Thank you for reminding our listeners of that, Jess, because I do.
I think I had to remind you more than the listeners. But
give this girl a mic. It's dangerous. Well, we forgot to do closing thoughts on your journal, so should we combine them? Closing thoughts?
No, I think I kind of did my opening. Didn't I do my opening thoughts as my closing thoughts? I think mine was just like, my closing thoughts are, don't give yourself such a hard time if you have not found your absolute person at 23. That's
a good one.
Yeah.
My closing thought is this.
Yeah.
It's very easy to read back that journal and think, God, how cowardly. I should have broken up with this person when I initially had those thoughts. But that is the learning experience that you have to navigate. And if I certainly did not have enough self-awareness at that point in my life to make that decision. I could now, but only because I've gone through that. So my closing thought is, all the mistakes and the like, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that, should have done that. All of that has led you to where you are now. So you can't look back and think, oh, I should have done that thing, because the only reason you're thinking I should have done that thing is because you learned from that thing. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, that bit. I like that last sentence of that closing thought. I'll let you have that one.
Thanks, Jess. Listeners, if anything today resonated with you, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Email them in. Big Small Feelings, the podcast @gmail.com. How do you feel about what we've said?
You can also text me. A lot of people have just texted me their thoughts, but please
send us a voice note.
I'd really love to get an email.
I'd love to get an email, but voice notes would be fun too.
Voice notes, also, WhatsApp, whatever.
Yeah. At some point, we'll bring a guest on to read their own journals. So if you would like that to be you, please do email us. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Jess. I feel like you really opened up today.
Okay. Do you think I'm growing?
I think you are growing.
Yeah. Do you think I'm finding my voice?
I think you are. When I let you speak, I think you are, yeah.
Yeah.